Hello and welcome, everyone. You are listening to The Crack. This is the podcast where I ask you, what's the crack? So, what's the crack, guys? Get in touch. Let me know. I'll spread the word. To you. Bounce it right back at you. I'm rubber, you're glue. Boing. How have you been? You good? Keeping well? Yeah, I hope so. We're all just running around pretending we know what we're doing. We're trying our best. At least I hope you are. I believe you are. If you're doing your best, you can't do any better than that. Really could excel, but not everyone excels. Anyway, yeah, cool. So, another week. Another week down. Another week closer to death. But, yeah, don't look at it like that. Another week further from birth. You know, it's... At some point you're going to hit the middle. You're going to be properly middle-aged. Who knows when that is? Spooky, spooky. Yeah, what have you been up to this week? This car's going past. Jesus Christ. I need to get some of those, sorry, as I rotate in my chair and just look at the walls. You know those, I don't know what they're made out of. They're like foam, big square things you stick to the wall, and it's for cushioning sound. Yeah, proper professional shit. You know, so if I want to take this podcasting seriously, I don't know what they're called. Sound mufflers. What the fuck? Yeah. So maybe I'll get them, stick them to the glass of this window, and then people outside will think I'm some sort of serial killer or something like that. Yeah. You know, I heard he films pornos up there, and that's why he's got sound dampeners. Yeah, maybe I'm overthinking it. But then who soundproofs a room? Right, so yeah. Another week, what have I been up to? I'll tell you what I've been up to. I'll tell you what I've been up to. I have finished episode 1 of Legends of Lore. The Culloden Battlefield 1. Well, I say I finished it. I've uploaded the first episode, but it's more of a pilot. You know what I mean? Like I don't know, if you name a TV show that you're into, like I don't know, say you're into I like Friends. Okay, all right, so if you like Roman, that's a bad example. What else had a pilot that was slightly different? Frasier! Yeah, okay, Frasier. So, if you watch Frasier, if you were to watch the pilot episode, you would notice that some of the characters appear a bit differently, some of the jokes are a bit different, and there's a different sort of laugh track. And sometimes, if you watch a pilot and then you watch the series, things are quite different sets, and sometimes characters just get dropped altogether. That's why. Oh, a bit of trivia. Sometimes pilots are just released as films in Europe. And then in America you get a TV show. So, what the hell's your point over here? Point is, this episode of Legends of Lore that I've uploaded just hours ago, think of it like a pilot. That's not exactly what the next episodes are going to be like. That is a flavour of what they may be like. So there's plenty of room for change, and I can say that because I'm the guy running the show. So, yeah, if you find an hour and a bit going spare, if you could listen to it, I mean, if you're interested, it's about the Battle of Culloden and then about the haunted battlefield. If you could listen to it and let me know what you think, that would be absolutely fantastic and much appreciated. And if you don't want to, guys, okay. You know, I thought we were friends, yeah. It's fine. I mean, I listen to your paranormal podcast, you know what I'm saying? That's fine, it's cool. Yeah, no, if you get a chance, that'd be fantastic. If you don't worry about it. But it's out there. That's fucking months of work done. Well, not done, but you know where I've got to this point, because I would take it to work. I would take books to work with me on a big notepad, and I say notepad, and if I got some spare time, I would try and read through the books and take down some notes, and then there were some shifts that would be like, how many words I wrote? How many? 13. So it has taken a long time to get to what I have with this, and quite devastatingly, if you look at other podcasts sort of similar in like subject matter, and they're fucking, there's quite a few. Yeah, if you look at them, it's like, oh, they release one a week. You're like, how do you have a team? Who's doing this? So I got that one done, guys. I'm hoping to get one done on Banshees and one on Kelpies. And then once I get the first 3 recorded, because the one I've released, I'm going to obviously polish up a little bit, so I'll re-release it as the official one, but I'll get them all polished up, the first 3. And then once they're ready and in the can, I'll release them. And if you're not into the world of podcasts, it's I won't tell you how much, but it's not free to put this out. You have to rent space off of a provider, like a host. I'm going to upload this to a website that puts this to Spotify and Apple and different platforms, but this goes out on the Crack podcast, and I have to pay that person, that company, to put the space up. So to get the Legends of Lore, I will have to pay again, and I'll get the Legends of Lore one. So I'll come up with his own thing on Apple and Spotify and things. So hopefully that could be where this is going. But I'll always going to be doing this. This is you, dear listener. This is for you. And this is what I enjoy doing. So this is always going to be on the go. And I know I've been saying it for about 2 years now, but I'm hoping to get some guests on. Once again, I've got a notebook. I'll bring it to work with me. Oh, Jesus. When it gets, we don't usually use the word, but I'm not at work, so I can use it when it gets quiet enough. I write some questions down, because I've got a list of potential folk to come on, and at the moment I'm trying to pen out some questions that I could ask them on the episode. But whether or not that happens, wait and see. But this Legends of Lore is where I want to go, and the Crack's always going to be here, guys. I'm always going to be asking you what you're up to. How are you? I'm always going to be checking in, making sure you're good. Yeah, so Culloden Battlefield. I'm still going to walk the dog out there. And in fact, hey Chica, she's on the floor behind me right now. We're going to go out there after this. I'm going to get this recorded, edit it. I think Charlotte's going to come home from work. I went out earlier on. There's a pizza in the fridge, and I've got some coleslaw for the salad side of things. And then we'll take Chica for a wee walk up at the battlefield. When I was there the other night, it was just myself and her, and the wee lady, the wee Mexican. I don't know if you're familiar with it, but I won't give you the whole fucking geography. When you arrive, there's a wee car park that you don't have to pay to park in, because I am not paying to park my car. And if it helps support the business, fuck off. Park my car, and you walk past the big gate, which is closed. And then once you get in, the road, if the gate was open, the road you would have driven down goes down and around to the left, and that leads all the way down to the car park you'd pay for. But that car park is right down by the visitor centre. However, if you were to go through the gate and keep walking, not follow the road, but keep walking forward, it takes you to an old cottage, and there's a wee path. It's one of these wheelchair accessible paths. It's like pressed and smooth. It's not some off-road thing. You don't need thick tread wheelchair tires on it. No, it's smooth. So I went through the gate and we walked down along the road. So I'm walking with Chica, but I look over the path, over towards the cottage, down that path, and I got goosebumps and I got chills. I didn't like what I saw. And there was 2 very tall people. I'm not, fucking Guinness Book of Records. I'm about 6 foot tall. So for me to think somebody's unusually tall, they have to be a fair size. And I looked down there, and there was these 2 really, really tall people walking very eerily, slowly, lightly. They were both wearing big orange robes, and one of them had a yellow woolen thing over their head. Sorry, that's Chica just adjusting herself. She likes to sleep on the floor, and I'm in this room. Yeah, so I looked at them, and I don't know if it's relevant, but I'll tell you, they're both white guys. The hell was that for? I don't know. That's, they didn't look like Tibetan monks, is my point. Just you fucking, you think you know a guy. No, it's nothing like that. Just 2 really tall white guys in orange robes walking down from the battlefield, and I was like, what the fuck's going on here? And the wee Chihuahua, she notices them as well. And she doesn't bark. She's just watching them what the hell is these? And they had a handler with them. There's this wee lady walking behind them and to the right. But these two, they had their hands like up over their chests really weird, and they were walking like, I don't know, it's like something not quite right with those guys. So, here's what I did. I turned away and kept walking and got on with my life. But, yeah. Oh well, life goes on. So I did the walk and came home, that's fine. It's not like... How dramatic. So when I've not been at work lately, what I've been doing is that fucking Legends of Lore. So I do fucking have to script it and then record it in different chunks. And I'm not very good at this whole editing thing. So if I sit down to record something, and if I don't do it all in one go, like this episode you're hearing right now, unless you're not hearing what I'm saying right now, something's changed. But I sit down and I record this in one take. Okay? Because I'm not very good at like... Okay, I'll come in, I'll do an hour, I'll record like this, because then if I have to edit it, and suddenly if I come in, it sounds like, all of a sudden I've recorded it from this sort of angle, it doesn't sound quite right, or, yeah, you know, my voice is different over here, or, hi, how you doing, though? I can't edit that all together. I'm not very good at that, so that podcast fucking took ages. But the other day, sitting at this very desk, this desk, because this is the desk that's got the big fucking microphone arm thing attached to it. This is my workstation. The windows right in front of me look out to the car park, and there's a... Well, I say look out to the car park. They look at a lovely wall right opposite me. But if you look to the left, you can see the car park. By the bottom of the wall right in front of me, that's where we all keep our bins. You may have heard me talk about the bin problem we've been having with... the problem. Fucking one of the neighbours has got a weird thing with bins. What do you mean? He rubs his dick against them. You know what? Maybe. I don't think so, though. No, but, yeah, I was sitting up here recording and that is when the Redcoats decided to shoot, and then outside I just hear this, I won't even try and do the noises, but birds going wild. I don't mean like, a couple of birds, like, they were just, two girls. No, like actual birds, with like wings and feathers, cawing and squawking, going nuts. So, what the fuck is this? Stand up, look out the window. Somebody's put a whole loaf of bread on top of one of the bins. Not inside the bin, but on top of it. A strange choice, but I respect it. And it's all the more strange because the bins aren't locked. All you have to do is lift it up and bread be gone. So they put the bread on the top of the bin, and I don't know where you live, but around here we have these seagulls that are like... probably more albatross than seagull. They're fucking massive. Like I remember when I first passed my driving test, a long time ago, back when I had my 2002 Corsa, because I was a cool dude. I remember getting a Burger King in Inverness, which, it's a little fucking country bumpkin. It was a fucking treat to get a Burger King. So I got the Burger King, and I was heading back to the car, feeling chuffed, and... uh-oh. It's a seagull standing on the roof. Oh, shit. I didn't really want to go back to the car. I could just throw him the keys, You keep it massive. And, like, looking you in the eye, like, I'm going to fuck you up. It's huge. So one of these seagulls, he was standing on top of the bin outside and having a go at the bread, properly sticking his big seagull beak through the plastic of the, I don't know what you call it, the wrap, the bread bag, that's what it was called, like hacking at it. And then there's these wee crows, I say wee crows, they're still big, they're smaller than the seagull. They're swooping at the seagull, like, give us our bread. And the seagull is not taking this, so it's like, I'm watching the whole thing like fucking David Attenborough up here, just like, oh my god. The seagull's got its foot. Is that what you call birds? Yeah, it's a foot. Yeah, what the fuck's it going to be, a flipper? No, it's its foot. Yeah, it's got its own... Talon? No, that's a claw. The things at the end of the bird's legs that it uses to walk on. It's got that on the bread. I'm sure that's a fucking food. Okay, cool. So the bird is standing there. It's got a foot on the bread. It doesn't sound right, but it does. And it stops trying to peck into it. It's like the fucking T-Rex in Jurassic Park trying to get into that car with the kids. And just, it's grabbing the tire, shaking it around. And the crows are coming down, swooping at it. It's like a fucking World War II dogfight. it's fucking excellent just watching this, and the seagulls just snapping at them when they get close. But the crows, I'm pretty sure they're communicating, because every now and again they go and fly to different vantage points and stop and squawk, but they won't squawk at the same time. And then I lost interest, so I sat down and continued the podcast. But great story, huh? Yeah. So how does it end? I heard the bin close. I looked out, and the bread was gone. But I saw the old man who likes to wander around smoking. I saw him hobbling away in his dressing gown, so I think he walked past and binned it. He's the new area guy, if you know what I mean. Like, we had Zach for a while. Look at this guy. I said hi to him once, but the other day when I left for work, this is like, I don't know, 7 o'clock in the morning. I was driving out of the car park and he was standing there watching me, and I could feel he was wanting me to see him, but I pretended to be changing the radio. This is weird. Why are you standing outside at 7 o'clock smoking, just watching folk? So anyway, yeah. And the other night somebody was losing their shit just outside the main car park area, like, you know, proper shouting and bawling and that. So it wasn't us, but somebody phoned the police because the lady was having like a proper mental health crisis. You know, we didn't get involved, but we didn't necessarily not listen, if you know what I mean. So did you listen? No, we didn't like purposely listen. We just, myself and Charlotte didn't talk for a wee while as we heard the police talking to the lady, and then again I went back to this desk and I heard folk walking outside, and I thought, is that the lady running off? So stood up. No, it's the policeman escorting Mr. Dressing Gown back to his flat. So the car park watchman had self-inserted himself into the lady's little breakdown. And I don't know what happened to her, but that's what's been going on around here. Yeah. So what's all that? So podcast and Jedi Knights up at Culloden, or mental breakdowns. Do seagulls have feet? Who knows? I'm sure I've wondered that before. Now they do have feet. Yeah, what else are you going to cut? They're not flippers, they're not. Yeah. Yes, yesterday, the hell am I talking? Went fishing with the guys. It's a lovely day. Thank you, Charlotte, for waking me up in the morning. I knew they were going to be here around 9, so at about 3 o'clock I decided to go to bed, and I set my alarm for 7. Yeah, I'll easily wake up. No, about 25 to 9 Charlotte wakes me. Lewis, it's almost 9. No shit. Those guys are a little bit later than planned as well, but no, everything came together. We went up to the big, it's like Toys R Us for adults, the big adult shop that we went to, and got some lures. And I don't have a bait rod. There's different methods of fishing, but they got some frozen squid and maybe mackerel. I'm not really sure. Yeah, but you buy the dead things, and then you chuck that on a bait, and you let that sit in the water, and the wee fish smell it, and they come over, and oh look, yay, a free meal. Oh Jesus, oh God, what's happening? And then, you know, that's the end of it for them. Like a mouse in a trap. What? Yeah, so I went up there. I bought a few new lures. I've got my little tackle box. I do need to buy a fishing rod, though. The guys very generously let me use one of their rods. Yeah, so I need to actually get on that, because it's a good thing to have, a fishing rod. Especially if you like fishing. And then, yeah, so we went and, got a bag of snacks, got our lunch, and then just head to the west coast. So, vroom, over the Keswick Bridge, and far away, where the Teletubbies go to play. And then we just kept going. You go north, you go north, you go north, you go north, and you go west. And then you go west, 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 you hit water. So then you head north, head north, head north, head north, and then before you know it, boom, we're at the spot. Fucking lovely day. Just lovely day. The danger of the West Coast, especially if you're a doer bastard like I am, is there can be families trying to have a good time, and like be on holiday and stuff like that. You know, these people enjoying each other's company, and they make the roads busy and things. I mean, yes, I'm a tourist when I'm over that way, but at the same time, I'm from around here. No, so the first time I went up there with the guys, the boys, the fellas, when the first time I went up there with them, I drove, and they just, you know, it's hard not to know where you're going, but they just told me where to go. And we got to this, oh jeez, there's a crow back on that roof, and he's looking right at me. Is that some sort of fucking symbol of something? Well, if I don't make it, guys, you heard it here, the crow got me. No, so we went up to the fishing spot I was driving, and then we got to this point of the road where it's very narrow, and there's a big rock face to your right hand side, and then to the left. It's not like a dramatic thing, but there's a drop, and you don't want that to happen. You know, even if it's not a big drop, you don't want your car to go down. And we're toddling along, and these fucking cyclists that just keep. There was these two guys, and they just kept weaving in the traffic, and then we'd overtake them, and they'd catch up again, and just. Yeah, but also, I assumed it was terrible because of how busy it was with caravans, but we later found out it was like, you know how hotels have a checkout time, or caravan sites have the same thing. So we just come up to that point of the road at basically the exact same time all these camper vans and caravans and RVs and, you know, fucking wigwams, just everyone just leaving. So that was, luckily it wasn't like that yesterday, but the first time we went, I was like, Jesus, I like this all the time. I could not handle this. But no, when we got up to where we go fishing, there is a wee car park, and I think when we arrived we were the only car, and then two folk wandered past, but nobody was down near where we were fishing. I mean, it's not completely inaccessible, you just do a tiny little bit of climbing, but no, lovely. And then I think within half an hour of arriving, all three of us had caught a fish, and if you've never caught a fish, I cannot explain this feeling of success and joy and like elation. Just, I don't know, it's achievement. I can't, you know, it's worth it. If you've never caught a fish, you owe it to yourself to try it at least once. Okay, just go out there and try catching a fish. Yeah, but I don't want to catch a fish. Okay, then don't. Alright, but, for fuck's sake, the seagull's back now as well. Something's going on outside. Yeah, caught the fish, and then I was happy to go home at that point. You know, I don't care if we just travelled like 2 hours. You know, done. Alright, cool. It's not if you catch it. Yeah, but when you do, that's what it's all about. And then, yeah, I had a little bit of lunch, got my sandwich, lit a cigar, went down and found a nice spot to sort of lean against the rock, but still fish. So I was lounging there, warm, you know, I was just wearing like a long sleeve t-shirt, but, well, it's not really a t-shirt in that case, I was wearing a long sleeve shirt, a bit of wind, just because of where we were by the water. But yeah, I was just standing there, just casually, just still fishing, but not really paying attention, just smoking away, and then suddenly, another bite. I reeled it in, we got him out. 2 fish. That's, yeah, delighted. So, going back up there again, and now I know exactly, it was the same lure that caught the fish both times. So I know for a fact to use that jelly eel, with the, I don't know what colour stripe to use, and it's fantastic. And then, nearby the spot, there is a, I'll say decommissioned, but I think they all are in Scotland. There's a lighthouse, sort of nearby. I say sort of nearby because there's not a lot nearby, so anything you come across is arguably nearby. But in that area, there's a lighthouse, and the lady that lives, I cut a very it's not very long, so I cut it short. The lady that lives there once found my friend's wallet, one of the guys that was fishing yesterday, and she got it back to him through her own methods. It wasn't like she went to his house. You know, she phoned local things, and eventually the wallet got back to him. So the last time we were fishing, I caught a fish there. And out of appreciation for her with her efforts, we gave it to her from my friend. We gave her the fish. So, thank you for getting the wallet back. And then this time again, so I got 2 fish, one of the other guys got 2 fish, and one of the other guys got 3 fish. He's a better fisherman than we are. So we, again, I was in the car, gave the lady one of the fish. And I think it's going to become like a regular thing, because it just seems like a nice thing to do. Yeah. I had a lovely day, yes. And then, back to it tomorrow. I say back to it. I joined a gym. It's one of these 24-hour gyms that you scan your phone at the front door to let you in. I've never been to it. I've already joined it. So I'm going to go up there tomorrow and try and shed some of this timber. Not looking forward to that, but it's not going to go away on its own. Yeah. I should probably look at what I'm eating too, So, what are you having for dinner? Yeah, pizza. So, yeah, I'm going to have to look at that as well. No. I said last week I had no feedback. I had no emails. And then Charlotte came through and she said, well, she didn't say it like this. She said, you're talking shit. No, she didn't say that, but she was not happy because she had apparently given me feedback. So I've gone onto the WhatsApp and I can see the message she sent. She sent it with love, but this is regarding, if you listened a few episodes ago, I told you about a coat rail, like pins that you put in the wall. It said I hung it up. I may have misled you, and Charlotte knows the truth. So she writes, Dear The Crack Podcast, I would like to make a formal complaint about your claim that you dropped the coat hooks back onto the wall, when it was in fact your extremely stubborn but talented girlfriend, who got bored of waiting for you to do it and did it herself. I hope you can understand my frustration, but I'm willing to let it go on this occasion in exchange for some snacks. Lots of love, Charlotte. So yes, she's not wrong. In my mind, I remember doing that, but no, it was her that put it back up. She, it's that World War II propaganda poster, the Yes We Can lady. You know the picture. I mean, the lady with the bandana on her head, and it's like Ratchet Reen or something like that. That's not what her name is. Yeah. So sorry, Charlotte, for lying on the podcast about something I did not do. But yeah, I'll go out and get her some snacks. Actually, no. She won't be listening to this because I've not uploaded it yet. But when she gets home from work, I bought her some crisps when I was out today. So there are snacks waiting. Other than that, guys, I have received no listener mail this week, so I have nothing else to read out. So I'll go ahead and call it there. Get this edited, get this uploaded, get some dinner on the go out, take the dog a wee walk, come home, pack my gym bag, cry, go to bed. Sounds good. Been drinking this fizzy water a lot lately, and kind of hurts. So, if you want to get in touch, guys, go to the website, www.thecrackpodcast.co.uk. Go to the Contact tab, click Contact, and contact me. I'll say it again, www.thecrackpodcast.co.uk. Go to the Contact tab and get in touch. Anything you want, any thoughts you have, any birthdays, any anniversaries. I mean, there's been no new births this week. It's a bit strange, but yeah. Anything you want. And as every week, thank you very much, Blackmill, for the theme song. Thank you, Coda, for the logo, for your artwork. Greatly appreciate both of you giving your talents to the podcast. And thank you, listener, of course, for your time. Hope you're doing well. Likewise, as I do say every week, you there, you take care of yourself. You be good to each other. You don't take any shit. But just be good. Alright, I'll talk to you next time, guys. Bye for now.